Gary-Scott Gabbert. We're at Houston High School. This is our third year here, first year as the head coach here. We were at South Haven High School for 7 years. I was the head coach, assistant coach, and then the head coach. Made a big move for us going from the city kind of out here, but it's been good for our family. It is, but the kids love it, wife's happy, I can make it work.
All right, we'll go through, because look, we got a change in the schedule. All right, so instead of playing Saturday, you're going to turn around, you're going to play West Point tomorrow. All right, at 5 and 7 o'clock here at home. So we'll get to this review real quick. All right, again, we'll get on about our day, okay? Again, tomorrow's an opportunity to get better and compete against somebody else. All right, don't lose out on the fact that today's an opportunity as well for us to get better too. All right, today still counts as well. We clear? All right, well, again, one thing I just want to touch on, couldn't be more proud of the way you played, all right, on Saturday. For the first time of you being on the field, all right, together as a team, all right, I thought you handled yourself extremely well. All right, you won one and then had a chance to win both games. All right, and I want to touch on one specific thing, I guess, towards the end.
It's philosophy is very aggressive. Very aggressive. We want to play the game fast. We want to run the bases. We put it in terms sometimes of hunting. As pitchers, we want to hunt the strike zone. Get there, get those strikes as often as possible. As hitters, we want to be aggressive. We see the first pitch that we like, then put your best swing on it. You know, and on the bases, we're hunting. We're at first base, we're hunting second base. We're trying to get there as quickly as possible. If we're at second, we're hunting third base, and we want to try to get there as quickly as possible. Defensively, it's the same thing. We want to go hunt the baseball. Ball's in the air, flying around to go get it. You know, if it's on the ground, get there in a hurry to get it and make a play. Just be as aggressive as possible. I think the game becomes fun then to kids if they're playing around with some aggressiveness, and it creates some confidence, I think, too, from all of them.
Good, don't stop my feet. Good, don't stop my feet. Keep adding a little bit. Good, ready, go. Good. Good, little wide, little shorter, little tighter base still. Not so wide still. Little tighter coda, there you go. Good, ready, go. Good, good group. Hey, good first step. Good first step. Finish it. Good, it's a straight steal, man. Good, man. Keep working, don't stop, ready, go. Good.
I think motivation-wise, they're themselves at the highest point they can be right now. They're just now fixing to play. You know, they're excited. I think in January when we started practicing, it was a little bit of a challenge because, again, we were in this building every day. We've been in the park maybe 2 or 3 times maybe, and have gone over to the city field maybe 2 times. I think everything else has been in this building here. So fine, again, making sure they're motivated. You got to keep it short, got to keep it quick, get to the point, get it done. You know, if you let them drag in here, do it day after day for hours and hours, they're going to lose motivation quick. You can keep mixing it up on them, and we were able to do a good job. Our assistants were able to do a good job of that too. Challenge them real quick, you know, while they're focused, and then again, get them out. Go lift weights and get them out and go on about their day, and it's fine. Now, again, the first time we were on the field together was this past Saturday at the Jamboree. First time we put all 9 players on the field, on a high school field together. That was it, and they performed fine. But again, they're eager, they're motivated. So the challenge is going to become, you know, when you start to lose a game here or there because of rain, and you're stuck in here again, or you know, maybe you lose a game here or there, is what we're doing, working and things like that. You just got to keep being positive with them, and you know, explaining why we're doing what we're doing in certain things, and you know, the adjustments that may come with it. But for their personal motivation right now, it's at the peak. They were all here early Saturday morning, ready to go. They were waiting on us to get on the bus. They're like, let's go, coach. So they're ready. Their attitude's been fantastic. And so I think the culture that they're building is really good. I think when you can do that and you're not having to get onto them and jump them, they're ready. Hey, just what do we got to do? Let's get it done. They're creating a really, really good culture. I think they're hard workers. I think they're ready to see a change. We've struggled some the last few years, hadn't had a lot of wins or whatever, and again, the culture that they're building is really, really strong, and they're working hard, and they work well together. I think they challenge each other when you're supposed to be challenged. They can pick each other up when you're supposed to be picked up. Being able to read that and that body language of each other, I think is really, really good. And yeah, our coaches do a good job of modeling it too. And you know, when they continue to just have a little bit of confidence, man, it can just take off. They got some confidence this past weekend in the Jamboree, being down to your last out, down by 1 run, and found a way to steal a base and get a base hit and turn a single into a double, and you know, get another base hit with 2 outs and score, and you know, end up winning a game. So those things like that are big, and they have some excitement, you know, with them, and hopefully we'll give them confidence too. If you play hard, good things will happen. It ultimately will. If you continue to play hard the entire game, there's other teams that won't, and they'll put yourself in a position to win the game. You know, that's all you can ask for, especially with a young team. We're young, we're very, very young. Don't have a lot of experience, and if we can be in a position to win the game late, then we'll take our chances.
It's a new day at MaxxSouth. We are excited to share some great news. In our continued effort to support Mississippi businesses, MaxxSouth is now offering local advertising support. Through high-quality programming, we combine traditional television and premium digital advertising, allowing your multimedia campaign to reach your targeted audience at any time on any device. Call MaxxSouth Media Sales today at 662-701-8628.
They're not in there, I'm back here, yeah. Now when I go back and I go boom, I see it, nobody's in there, I can pause for a second though before I go, if I need to. All right, that's whatever tempo and rhythm you want.
Our depth is going to be an issue. We don't have much depth when it comes to, you know, if we get an injury here or there, it can really, you know, when you start having to move multiple pieces of the puzzle around to fit, it can be, you know, it can be difficult. And if you get really good at moving those pieces of the puzzle, I guess it's, you know, you've had to do it a whole lot. And I don't know if that's really a good thing or not. When you just have to move one piece, one guy goes to pitch or something and that's it, and you can just swap one guy out, it's not too bad. When you have to, again, move multiple pieces, it can be a challenge. But again, if your kids are working hard and they're buying into what's going on, and ours have, you know, you can live with some of those mistakes, some of those young mistakes or things like that. You can build and you can grow off of it. So if we have to move multiple pieces, you know, if things happen, we're going to be okay. I think wholeheartedly we'll be fine in the end because of how hard they work, and they're willing to learn, they're willing to listen. And we hadn't had any issues out of that since, you know, we were in school in August. And I would anticipate it's going to continue to do and go in that direction as well. You know, you got to be able to adapt. You got to be able to adapt. If you can do that, and you show your kids you've got confidence in them too, then again, we'll be okay. I'll take our chances with our kids competing at a high level.
Hey, if we're going to turn, which way are we going to turn? Left side. Hey, and you saw it, but if you don't like it, that's fine. Step off. All right, you're good either way. You don't have to throw it. All right, if it throws you off, just step off. We'll go on to the next pitch. That's fine.
I think you have to embrace it some. The social media aspect is good. It's there, no matter what. I think we just have to, you know, I guess you lean into it some, and you work with them on it too. Just, you know, it's okay to be on there. It's okay to, you know, put a highlight on there, and because that's how a lot of kids get recruited now too, by sending those videos and, you know, looking at other stuff. I think one of the biggest things you could try to use is how can you find these other people, like these other coaches or other players, and see what they're doing and learn from it, and how you can implement it with your kids or your players or your team. I just think, you know, you can't say don't do it. You can't say, you know, stay away from it, or it's there. You just, you know, I think one of the big things is though, like at practice, you know, guys, your phones are up. You know, put them away. Don't bring them down to the dugout. Don't bring them to, you know, if something's going on that you think you need to have, just come talk to us and tell us, hey, why you need to have it that day. If there's, you know, somebody may be sick, you may have to get your little sister or brother or something, just let it, fine. You know, because if not, if it's handy, if it's close to them, they're going to pick it up. And then just takes your focus away from whatever it is you're trying to accomplish in that moment. That's why we try to keep stuff simple and short too in practice. Their attention span is, you know, so short get to the point, get it done, and move on to the next thing. Or get them out of here. We don't have to be up here for 3 hours every day just to be up here to say you have to. Try to get it in, get their stuff done, and let them go be kids too. And those, it's important to some, it's really important to some, and some are just, they're glad to be a part of it, which is fine. And they'll work hard while they're here and things like that. It's funny, we've been in this indoor facility since we got back to school in January. We hadn't had all that rain. We've yet to really be outside and do anything. Sometimes we'll get them out at the bell by 3:30 sometimes. And guys, you can go, if you want to stay and hit, you can hit or throw or do whatever, and some are like, Coach, I'm going hunting. All right, that's fine. Let them be kids. It's okay. To think that you have to keep them up here, in here all the time, I think is wrong. I would say wrong. Just my philosophy is not keep them up here for hours and hours on end. Last season, we struggled a little bit. Again, just couldn't find any consistency with wins. I think, like I said, I think we were 8-20, I think, at the end of the year. Unfortunately, didn't make the playoffs. Fell, I think, one game short. So just tough for some of our players. And you always want better. You always want better for your seniors, especially. So again, a lot of kids that are back from last year's team, but again, necessarily that didn't always get to play or be involved. So they were a part of it and see what we're trying to change going forward.
It's a new day at MaxxSouth. We are excited to share some great news. In our continued effort to support Mississippi businesses, MaxxSouth is now offering local advertising support. Through high-quality programming, we combine traditional television and premium digital advertising, allowing your multimedia campaign to reach your targeted audience at any time on any device. Call MaxxSouth Media Sales today at 662-701-8628.
Good, let's go, baby. 2-plate drill off the hack. Again, tomorrow you're going to get, I would imagine you're going to get the lefty for sure. All right, you may get the right-hander that picks against us last year. All right, as well. That's their 2 top arms. All right. Lefty's got a little action on the ball. It's got a little cut. Should be about mid-80s. All right, from what it was, you faced him 2 summers ago. All right.
I think our goal for this year is, of course, on the field, I think you want to make the playoffs. If you get a chance to get in the playoffs, you give yourself a chance to get hot and things can happen. For culture and what we're trying to improve upon from the last few years, if we can compete at a high level consistently, then I think that sets the tone for what's ahead too. And I think sometimes in those steps when you're building a culture and a program and trying to change some things around, it sometimes goes from losing big to losing small to winning big. Like the Jamboree this past Saturday, some of those things maybe can give them confidence in springboard, playing against some teams that you may not think you should win, but you compete at a high level enough and you have your confidence in your guys that if it gets close at the end of the game, that you can find a way to win the game. And I think that's exciting. Like I said, I think that's exciting. I think our group has that potential. We'll see what happens. We're excited to see where we go. Now, rivalries, I haven't been here very long. So when I got here, they always said North Pontotoc was the rival. I guess they met up in the playoffs the last few years or something like that, and North kind of got the better end of them. That may be the one that's in district that's the most, I guess, relevant lately. And one apparently has been outside of the district that it will become part of the district next year as we're moving around and teams are going to different classifications and different regions and things like that is Kosciuszko. Apparently there was a lot of good rivalries back in the day as they were playing and through that state championship year, I think, out there as well. Actually, one of our assistant coaches was a player here and a part of the state championship teams, and I'd asked him about it the other day about the Kosciuszko, and he just started laughing and went into a few good stories. So it should pick up next year. Back with Kosciuszko. Because it's always a good program. They have good athletics over there, so it'll be a fun. It'd be fun to be a part of going forward.
It's a great day to get better, man. It's a great day to get better, man. Good, a great day to get better. Finish it up one time.
A good baseball player. I think when you hear the term, for me, if I see somebody, man, that's a ball player right there. Just the body language is positive. They're always communicating. You know, they're getting dirty. They run out every ground ball or every fly ball. You know, they're not afraid to mess up. Just a confidence, just a swagger about them. You know, that just, I don't know if you can again point or, you know, create the perfect player or anything like that, but I think it's the ultimate compliment you can give somebody, is that guy's a ball player. And I think if you got a handful of coaches that'll look at our dugout one day and say, man, that guy, man, they're just ball players, man.
Good, here we go. Hey, right here real quick. Dude, that's a great start, man. Stay with it. Again, there's still a lot of opportunity to get better today. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Remember how I talked yesterday? I sent you the reminder. There's a lot of mental stuff. All right, some small things that we've got to talk about and go over. Make sure we're focused and we're paying attention. All right, finish split you here. Outfielders, you're going to stay in here and hit. Infielders, go get you a shot, get your glove. All right.
A good high school baseball coach, I think they've got to have an understanding of how, you know, kids are these days. And I don't mean that as a negative, just how it's changed. You know, you've got to embrace the social media aspect. You got to understand the attention span may be a little shorter. You got to understand they like to do other things sometimes besides baseball all the time. And being able to relate to them, man. Just, you know, it's okay for them to want to go hunting. It's okay for them to, you know, take a day off sometimes. You can let them go play wiffle ball sometimes. Even during the season, give them a day to be kids, and they'll get so much more out of that sometimes than they would within a structured practice. I know that's where I used to early on. It was more about this drill, do this, and in the end, like, what am I doing? Just beating them down. You don't have to beat them down, man. And that's what happened to me, like when I was in college. That was our structure. So I figured, oh, well, that's what you do as a coach. You know, and then you start to just learn kids' personalities and things like that. And it's, you know, like when we were talking earlier, you know, wanted kids to be like me instead of me trying to understand them, and just letting them have fun. It's okay. You know, you don't have to wear on them all the time. I think those things are just as important as anything else. They're the most important things. More than any practice plan that you can have sometimes, you know, or any structure, just have an understanding of them, pick them up, man, let them have some fun sometimes too.
You mean not perfect? Hey, that's how it's going to be tomorrow, man. We're going to have to play through it. It'll be all right. We get a chance to play, though. We get a chance to compete. Good, do a great job. Oh, yeah.
Best coaching advice would be from my high school coach. Then talked to him early on when I started coaching. It was just, you know, never lose faith in yourself. I think there's times when you can doubt that things aren't going right. Maybe I don't need a coach, or it's never, you know, never lose faith or doubt in what you're doing. You're there for a reason. Just take a breath sometimes, and just again make sure you put the focus back on the kids.
We slip back. All right, we good? Yes, break it down. Let's go be great, man.
Let's go, get it up, get it up. Great day on 2, great day on 2, 1, 2. Great day.
Good, let's go, baby.
I think when you hear game day, you know, game day, I get the excitement, the butterflies, you know, because hey, you just want to watch your kids perform. You want to watch your kids compete. And I think ultimately, when your kids compete at a high level consistently, it's just so fun to be a part of. They're getting so much out of it. There's things that, again, they'll remember this stuff forever, good and bad. And just when you hear, you get the chance to, again, go paint the lines on the field, you know, get the bases painted, the scoreboards on, and especially when the sun's shining. There's no better feeling. I think high school sports are one of the best things in the world. You know, it's still got a level of purity to it, and you know, there's a lot of love that goes through those kids' veins, a lot of love that goes through their parents' veins and throughout the programs. And there's a lot of people that run a lot of great programs around this area too. And so Nah, it's fun to be a part of. I'm glad the season's here.
That's a great job, pitchers. Again, you're going to need to do that tomorrow. Go attack the zone, go attack the hitters. Don't know how we're going to play it yet. Pitching-wise, probably an inning here or there, 2 innings out of somebody here or there. We'll have to rotate through early in the season, okay? But I will tell you this is the only preview I'm going to give you from what I know about them, all right, from last year. For whatever reason, I don't know what happened last year, all right? But their coach was trying to cancel games, all right? They were already on their schedule to try to come here and play us again, all right, last year for whatever reason, all right? He and their team want to beat us in so bad for some reason, all right? So you're going to get their best stuff tomorrow, all right? We're going to get their best arm or their best 2 arms, I would imagine. We have got to be ready to play, okay? Again, here's his text message when I texted him earlier today. I said, Coach, we may have an opportunity to play tomorrow, all right? Is it possible for y'all to come up here and play if we can move it to tomorrow? 100% we coming. 100% we coming, all right? So no pause, no nothing. As soon as I sent the text message, I see the 3 dots rolling, and they're ready. So make sure we're going to be ready, but make sure we're ready today first. Are we clear? I'll just break it down here. All right, we're going to go out on the track, get stretched, going to go over to some base running stuff, then we're going to split up a little bit. All right, and then go have a great day. Are we clear? Break it down. Be great today, baby. Good, let's go, baby. Love to see it. Let's go. Oh, have one. Let's have one. Let's have one. Yes, sir. Let's have one. Huh, JJ? Huh, Coda? Huh, Will? Goody? Huh, Jay? Will and the pins, huh? Will can't resist. Let's have one, huh, Gavin?